So this is part two. I'm talking through my art process that I just kind of recognized and kind of gaining awareness of in a way that I can articulate it. Mostly just to kind of show the areas where I notice resistance, and now I kind of understand why, in case, I don't know, anyone else has these same snags, I guess. I started off by having a lead up to today where I've been like kind of eyeing my collage like stack to just like make collages with. I used to make collages on my old iPad and I forget how I did it. Like I just figured out how to use a couple of those apps like Procreate and like Adobe Express, I think. And I was able to do digital collages, which felt so fun and freeing to me because I'd already created a huge like library of inspirational images that I had on my computer, and I think I had like what I used to do is I used to print them out and like put them on these, I don't know why I did this, but like I put them on this like cardstock. There was just like other people's art or like photographs when I used to use StumbleUpon, which was like the best thing ever invented. I missed that. And that was like my first like folder for like capturing inspirational images. So I had all these images, so I had all these things I could like make digital collages from. And with digital things, it's not like you have to like use this one size picture and then like make it work. So with my actual life analog collages, it's a different experience that I feel a lot more precious about my materials, even though it's like kind of silly. And I'm very hesitant to like make decisions. And so that's been what has been filling my head and what I associate every time I look at my collage stuff, which one part of me wants to do. The other part of me is just thinking about all that. It's just hard for us to make decisions in that realm. And then I started to look at those today and I pulled out some pieces, and then I noticed a color scheme that I was really drawn to, and it was what I described in my previous video talking about this, like the blue and orange theme outside, blue hour. And then I was like thinking about the colored pencil drawings, and I was like, I haven't colored in colored pencil in a long time. It's just like if you give a mouse a cookie, that stupid book. I went and I got out my colored pencil stuff, but I was like, but what am I gonna color it in, and how am I gonna like use this decision to like come up with 15 other options for this thing instead of just like getting colored pencils out. So I get colored pencils out, I get a sketchbook, and then I get two other sketchbooks, different sizes. And I start to imagine what I'm sketching. I'm like, am I sketching this? Am I just playing with color? But I didn't feel like playing with color was like okay enough for me to choose. So I was like, no, we're gonna do a drawing. And so I was like starting to sketch in this way that I really have never liked. It was like freehanding this image that I found that I was like, I don't even care about this image. I'm just really fascinated by the color gradients and the like back and forth of like the oranges and the yellows with the blue. Sorry, I was gonna like grab it and show. Blue and orange has been on the mind. Like this is some like pieces I've made in the past, I think, few months. They're just like sitting over there, like some of many, but sorry, I got off track. So I was struggling to get attached to the idea of a drawing, and also on that size. And then I looked over and I saw a smaller sketchbook that a friend had made for me like 5 years ago, and I like it so much. It's so cute. I'm showing you. Look how cute this is. It's drawing paper, and I've like used it to do a little bit of like paintings on my old place. These are both at my old place. Very blue hour oriented. And I was like, no, I'll just do colored pencil in there. And then I look at that size, and then my brain's like, well, why aren't you making designs or visuals for your tarot set? And I was like, why am I not doing that? Don't I care about that project? Don't I care enough about that project to give it some effort of mine? As I'm like over here stressing about like 16 other decisions. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit there and then I was like, you don't know what you want to do, and that's okay. So then I started to think about how it might be helpful for me to understand what shifted me at each point, because now I understand that this is a level of access. Like, I don't feel like I have access to what I need, access to the skills I need, access to the plans that I need to go forward with any part of this. And I also hadn't framed it for myself as something that was meant to be exploratory or experimental. The problem with that is that when I'm trying to do like doodles or something, when I think I'm trying to do stuff to relax and not care, I always care. I hate my doodles when I'm just like, oh, let's see what happens. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to make something I like. And the stuff that I like requires like steps and layers and time and usually learning new skills to keep up with like the vision I have for it. But I know when I've got it, it makes starting projects so difficult when you don't know that about yourself. Like, I've never really understood that about myself. It's a lot about cutting down on decisions for me. That's what I'm realizing. And I even looked at a project the other day that was like, that I'd done like 10 years ago, where I made artwork based on a friend's writing about a place. And I just remember it being such a struggle because I was unable to sort through the like images that came to my mind when reading his writing, that I like couldn't decide on like a direction because everything was in my head. Like, nothing was actually like visual that I could actually physically sort through. Actually, now that makes sense that I made those inspirational images. I pulled them out and made them physical. I think it helps me to do that. And a lot of times I think it helps me a ton. And I noticed this more at the end of my teaching because I was letting my students do it. I'm like, use your phone to look at what you're trying to draw and see what it looks like on your phone. Like, it's crazy how much that flattening of an image helps. It's like, oh, I can see that's like that. So having a physical thing in front of me to be able to sort through is good. For my mind, I need my mind, I need a this is such an awkward position. I don't care. For my mind, I need a reassurance that the like path we're taking that feels like we're meandering and like kind of lost, that the path we're taking has a purpose overall, because that part of me is trying to manage my energy, and God bless her, and so she's trying to make sure that this is worth our while, because a lot of times in the past we have doodled without like structure, which is something we need, and it's gone nowhere, and we felt kind of like disappointed at the end, which is opposite of what we were hoping to like pull from that experience or that decision. So I think what I'm learning and what I'm trying to share is that if I can limit my decisions, if I can categorize what I'm doing and understand the purpose of it, I had never considered that with art making before. This is like a lot of what I think ADHD makes very difficult. So as a person who is now trying to make her art practice like consistent and something that brings her joy, it's every like realization like this is so helpful, because it means I get to like pull more joy from my life and what I'm making. I hope that was helpful. Good night.